Teething often gets blamed for everything. It can seem like our babies are in this constant state of teething, but is teething really that bad? Today I'm answering your sleep question. Teething babies that are awake all night, do you let them sleep longer during the day or do you stick to their usual routine? I can't wait to answer this sleep question for you. I'm also going to include a few other common myths that we hear all the time. Hi, I'm Josephine, a sleep expert at Little Ones. I'm a mother to two beautiful little girls. I've been a sleep consultant for almost 3 years now, and I love spending my days helping the parents one-on-one in our sleep village. At Little Ones, we've helped over 200,000 families worldwide achieve better sleep. We do this through our custom-built app. If you're interested in knowing more, please check out our website, www.littleones.co. So back to your sleep question. Your little one has had quite a bumpy night's sleep and you're wondering which direction to go. Do you give more days sleep or do you stick to their usual sleep pattern? Firstly, I'm going to touch on the topic of teething. It can seem like everything gets blamed on teething. If you go out to the grocery store and our little one is a little bit grizzly, the person next to us will just say, oh, they're just teething. If our little ones wake more overnight, our loving family and friends will probably say, oh, it's just teething, it'll pass. If our little one is getting to that age where they're putting everything in their mouth and they're starting to drool and they're starting to get rosy red cheeks, you may jump to tell yourself, oh, it's just teething. But is teething really that bad? We find teething can be the most uncomfortable 3 to 4 days after you actually see a tooth coming through. So if your little one's 3 to 4 months old, you can't see any teeth coming through, then it may not be teething going on. In fact, we don't really blame night wakes on teething. It's very, very rare that teething will cause long-lasting effects on night sleep. Teething actually affects our babies less overnight. This is due to our baby's blood pressure. So our baby's blood pressure is lower overnight. So any pain or discomfort in the mouth will actually be worse during the day as opposed to overnight. So I can assure you, if you come to us in the village and say, my baby's been up all night, I guarantee you we're not just going to say, oh, it's just teething, it'll pass. At Little Ones, we dig deeper. We ask the questions that no one else is asking because blaming it on teething won't really get us the answers that we need or help to overcome these night wakes. So I can hear you asking, well, if it's not teething, then what's going on? Why is my little one suddenly waking so much overnight? Here's a few reasons why your little one could be waking. It could be the 4-month sleep regression. It could be that they're sick or unwell. It could be that they're having too much or too little day sleep. It could be because of developmental leaps. And it could be because they're ready to go through a nap transition. If you needed some more advice on this or some one-on-one support, we would love to help you. It's our passion, it's what we do. We love to work one-on-one with families to try and figure out what's going on, and we come up with solutions and plans on how we can overcome these sleep hiccups. So in summary, teething may not be that bad. For our little ones, it's only really painful for a few days after you actually can see some teeth poking through. So the second part of your question is, what's the next step? If you've had a really, really rough night's sleep, what do you do the next day? At the end of the day, it's completely up to you. You know your baby best. If you feel like everyone is so overtired and they need just a few extra Z's during the day just to get your feet back on the floor and get back on track, then that's completely fine. But there's always a but, isn't there? But if that extra day sleep is starting off this cycle where more day sleep is leading to worse night sleep and so on. So you're noticing this pattern where we're giving some catch-up day sleep, but then that's just leading to another poor night's sleep. So if this is happening and you come to me and say, we've had a week from hell, my little one has been in this cycle of sleeping so much during the day that our night sleep is being affected. So yes, my advice would be check out exactly how much day sleep we're having, because it could be too much. That's another sleep myth that we hear all the time. You should never wake a sleeping baby. I've heard this saying so many times. And of course, at the end of the day, it's completely up to you. If you don't want to wake up your sleeping beauty, then that is completely fine. But waking your baby can lead to more sleep. Our babies have a really delicate balance of day and night sleep. So if they're having just so much day sleep, then it's going to throw out the balance and it will likely affect the night sleep. So sometimes waking your baby can work really, really well. There's a few other sleep myths that you've probably heard before, like you should sleep your baby in a bright room so they don't have day and night confusion. It's one that we've heard so many times. Being a first-time mum, I heard that advice too. Make sure you sleep them in a nice bright room so they know that it's day and night. But in my experience, sleeping my baby in a bright room only meant 20-30 minute naps and a really, really unsettled bedtime. So if you find that sleeping your baby in a bright room isn't really doing you any favors, it may help to make the room nice and dark. Dark is really, really important for sleep. It helps to produce a nice sleepy hormone called melatonin. Here's another sleep myth, that babies are often afraid of the dark, or that babies need a nightlight. And this is one that is pretty confusing, because you hear your little one waking in the night and they're quite upset. And the first thing you think is, oh, are they scared? Are they having a nightmare? But I'm here to assure you, very, very little babies, in fact, babies under 2 years old, don't really have the ability to have a fear of the dark or nightmares. To have these types of fears and nightmares, they obviously need to be at an age where they can have an imagination and be able to develop those types of fears. So I can assure you, your little one isn't really afraid of the dark or having nightmares. It's likely something else going on causing this night wake, or it could even be that night light that's causing that wake. So we don't recommend babies under the age of 2 to have a night light. A dark room is often best for our little ones. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me the thumbs up. If you had any other sleep myths that you've heard before and you're wanting us to debunk them, please pop them in the comment box and we'll answer them all for you. We love to answer sleep questions. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye for now.